Hello, welcome to the first episode of Mr. Sebastian's Lessons. I'll be your teacher for today. You can call me Mr. Sebastian. And today's topic is going to be apostrophe usage. You put it before the S, after the S, when do we use it, when do we not use it. We're going to go over all these things and then have a small quiz at the end, all right? Let's get started. So first of all, let's go over the proper uses for apostrophe. Let's take this example, my friend's car. So you have the subject, my friend, just one friend. And then we have this car, different subject, car. And it is the friend's car, right? So how do we indicate that? Because if you just have my friends with no apostrophe, that's like many friends. Are there many friends with one single car? Are they sharing it? Is it rideshare? What's going on? So anyway, we put this apostrophe here. Here we go. That indicates that the car is owned by the friend. Whose car is it? It's my friend's car. Got their little car right there. Another example, the cat's adventure. Whose adventure is it? The cat's. There's not many cats, there's just one cat. It's their adventure, all on their own. So that's the possessive form, when somebody possesses a thing. Next one is contractions. So that is when you shorten two words into a single word for clarity or ease or quickness of speaking. I don't know. There's plenty of these, but just a couple examples. Did not becomes didn't. And note that the apostrophe goes between the N and the T, so it's the O is getting replaced. It doesn't go here. It's not didn't, it's the N apostrophe T. Because we're getting rid of the O, right? They are there. That's a pretty easy one. We're getting rid of the A. The rules for this kind of change because there's like wheel. Like we apostrophe LL, like we will. So you're replacing a WI, so you just have to learn these by heart. But yeah, that's the other use for them. And then the final one, this is kind of unusual. It's like pretty situation specific, but you do sometimes have a plural. So it's like a single letter. So it's like, be sure to mind your P's and your Q's. That's like, you know, be on your best behavior for a highfalutin event or something, right? Because if you don't have these, right? He's like, what's a ps and a qs? It's like, what the heck? Like this, it's hard to reconcile or like to understand these unless you have the apostrophes. So the apostrophes are added in this situation with a single letter when it would add clarity and make it like easier to read and easier to understand the actual meaning. So this is a little tricky, but I got a little fun example here. So let's say you have multiple like people or things that are possessing something or many things potentially. If you have a plural, so let's say the subject is my friends, there are many friends and they each are owning something or many things. You put the apostrophe after the S, right? So if it's just one friend, so let's say my friend's hats, this sentence right here, right? Apostrophe goes before the S, there's one friend, my friend, and they own many hats. As you can see by the diagram here, they got a bunch of hats. If you wanted to indicate that there were many friends and many hats, you would say this way, apostrophe after the S. So it's my friends, plural, many friends, many hats. Many friends own many hats. Each of them can own one hat. Each of them can even own multiple hats. And there's really no way to indicate this other than through context. Unless you said my friends is multiple hats each. Yeah, but I mean, it should be pretty obvious from context. And to emphasize this, I noticed, okay, well, what if I remove the S? I just made a single hat, my friend's hat. Well, that's like, well, it sounds like they all have one hat, like they're sharing it or like they're passing it around or something. I don't know. Yeah, so this is the right situation. My friend's hats. Ooh, there we go. And then another sort of outlier situation, exception maybe, is, I guess a special situation you want to care for, is nouns where they have S at the end. So as you see here, Silas's watch. So normally, it would be, you know, if it's Sila's watch, if the name is just Sila, we go here. But since a Silas is like a proper name, the full name ends in an S, you have to put it at the end. There's not multiple Silases, there's just one. And one watch. And then, yeah, same thing, physics role and curriculum, that's easy. Similar situation there. Okay, so this is the reason we're here, right? Why or when do we not use an apostrophe? Because I see these mistakes a lot. I think recently I saw a sign that says, I walk dogs, and dogs with an apostrophe, dogses, and like dogs what, right? So yeah, for plural, like regular plural words, you don't use an apostrophe. 2 dogs, 15 alligators, 100 skeletons, any number of plural things, you add an S at the end, no apostrophe, you're good. Good to not make that mistake. And another one I do see often is like verbs. So like gets, people will put it like gets, and that's not right. Because it's, you know, I get, he gets. There's no plural in this situation. It's just the conjugation has an S, but there's not many gets. It's a verb. Yeah, and so there's words like gets and sees, and usually they're like short words. I don't know what's the deal. Don't put a apostrophe in a verb conjugation, right? Okay, that brings us to the end of the lesson. I've prepared a small quiz. So what you'll do here is for each example sentence or phrase, you add the apostrophes in the appropriate spots. And so you can pause the video right now. I'll give you a few seconds to write those down, and then we'll go over the answers once you're done, all right? Pause the video. Go write down the apostrophes. Yeah, we're gonna solve it after you finish the apostrophes. All right, you ready? All right, hopefully you got your answers ready. So let's solve these. So she gets to solve everyone's problems. Good for her. Gets, that's a conjugated verb, no apostrophe. Everyone's problems, this is what we gotta change here. So everyone, so whose problems are they? They are the problems of everyone. Let me get a different color. Problems of everyone. So the apostrophe goes here. There's only one everyone. Can't have multiple everyones. The set of everyone includes everyone by its definition. So problems belong to everyone. One everyone. Many problems. No apostrophe here because it's a plural. So no, don't have to worry about it. Just here, right? Okay. My friend's dog's outfits are always adorable. So this is a pretty tricky one, intentionally so. So you could have guessed from the picture that there's one dog, many outfits, and one friend. So you could say the outfits belong to the dog, and the dog belongs to the friend, and the friend belongs to me. Of course, there's no S in my, so we don't need to worry about it. So you could say the dog's outfits and the friend's dog, who owns many outfits. So there's many outfits no matter what. Are always adorable, so we're good for the rest of that. No apostrophe on plural for outfits, right? Yeah, so you could have guessed, okay, there's one dog in the picture, so maybe this is the meaning. My friend's dog's outfits are always adorable. So there's one friend that you have, and the friend has one dog, but the dog has many outfits, right? That kind of relationship. But you could also have guessed that, okay, well, maybe my one friend has many dogs, and each dog has many outfits. Or maybe there's one outfit per dog. That'll be like this, right? My friend's, one friend, multiple dogs. So my friend's dog's outfits are always adorable. But then you could even go a step further, right? And you can say, okay, well, maybe, I mean, how many dogs does a person normally have? Maybe one? I don't know. So maybe you have many friends with each with many dogs, or one or more dogs, and each of those dogs have many outfits, or one outfit. Each of them has like one or something. So there's many possible answers here. I think the only one that wouldn't work, I guess it kind of could. My friends' dogs' outfits are always adorable. So you have many friends, they all collectively own a single dog, and that dog has many outfits. So they're all like, you know, each friend picks out one outfit for the dog. I don't know what kind of situation that would be. But yeah, any of those situations work, so I'm just gonna give you a pass. Unless you put it on outfits, which is not a pass. So let's just say there's one friend, one dog, and many outfits. We'll just leave it on that answer. There you go. Just because the picture. Okay. Next one. Don't worry, she'll finish her project soon. So this one is for contraction practice, so don't worry, she'll finish her project soon. No apostrophe on plural. Good. Next one's a little tricky. So Brussels. Brussels' contributions to global politics. This is just a phrase, not a sentence. So Brussels, the capital of Belgium, is a name that ends in S. So it's Brussels. There's not like a single Brussels and many Brussels. Brussels is like the name. So we're talking about contributions to global politics. They are owned. Actually, this whole thing is owned by Brussels. So it's going to be apostrophe after the S because Brussels ends in an S. It owns contributions. Contributions is plural, so there's no apostrophe. That's that one. And last one. All right. Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts contribution to California's GDP. They grow a bunch of Brussels sprouts there, apparently. So Brussels sprouts is plural. You can have a single Brussels sprout. I think it's just like the single like green little like thing. I don't know, leaf, whatever they call them. Sphere. But in this case, I think when we're talking about GDP, you're probably not talking about a single Brussels sprout getting exported. You're probably talking about the entirety of all the Brussels sprouts grown in the entirety of, California. So we're saying Brussels sprouts, plural, contribution to the GDP. So sprouts, we're going to put apostrophe after the S because it's a plural. There's many sprouts. We're talking about the contribution that all of them collectively are giving to California's GDP. Can't be that much. Who really buys Brussels sprouts, right? Oh, I already put that there. Well, California's GDP, my bad. Well, you got a freebie there. Nice. You know that already from where? For possessive with the like everyone's problems and friends, dogs. Like y'all know that already. I give you a freebie. All right. Anyway, that's the lesson. I hope this was helpful for your apostrophe usage needs. Hooray. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.